I'm Liz Klayman with today's Klayman Confidential. I'm with T-Mobile USA's CEO John Legere. Great to have you. Big earnings day for you, John. You guys came out with some very good numbers, so good that the markets took off in the early part of the session and charged your stock considerably higher. You know, I look at these numbers. You did very well on the bottom line. It was a big beat. What drove that? Because people look at that sometimes and say, oh, okay, they cost cut well.
Yeah, no, it was all about growth, Liz. So just a few things is very important as you compare what the other guys are doing and why they're making moves like a big one that was announced today. We added 2 million customers, 14 quarters in a row over 1 million, at an average of 1.9 million. And of that, we had 1 million postpaid, 851,000 postpaid phones, 684,000 prepaid phones. Churn was at an all-time low, and ARPU was up, which drove 13% service revenue growth, 18% revenue growth, and 38% EBITDA growth. So the balance of all, it was customer growth and revenue growth that's driving this consistently. Last thing I'll tell you is, it's a good input. Over the last 14 quarters, right, we have captured all of the phone growth. So if you take the last 14 quarters together and you look at what T-Mobile has gained, the other three guys together equal 0.
Okay, but you're doing incredibly well there. But when you look at what some of the details show, there's some heavy discounting going on. I just worry sometimes when I look at heavy discounting, I think to myself, oh, that sure is reminiscent of the auto industry in the early part of this millennium. And we know where that led us. Good incentives all the time. People get addicted and then they won't pay full price.
Liz, you have your days confused. Discount day is tomorrow. That's the day when the yellow guy announces their earnings with the 50% off pricing. As I said, the average revenue per user went up 2.2% sequential. So price, our usage is going up, the revenue is going up. The average billing per user went up, and the average revenue per user on the prepaid side hit an all-time high. So we're not chasing the crazy discounters, and we have a better cost structure than the big guys.
All right, so it's more of a doorbuster because once you get them in, they're spending a lot more, if I'm hearing this correctly, John. Hey, John, very, very solid quarter here. We can't wait to see what happens in the current quarter. Thanks so much for joining us. And by the way, watch my full interview. We're talking Samsung. We're talking the Time Warner AT&T potential merger with John Legere on foxbusiness.com, lizklayman.com.